I'm kind of rambling a little bit. Okay, question number 3. Why are atheists persecuted? Number one reason is probably because they're a minority. Minorities are always persecuted. Secondly, the belief in some sort of supernatural, almighty, worshipful being has been the cornerstone of civilization for as far back as we can remember, whether it was pagan civilizations, the Abrahamic religions, Egypt, well, that would be a pagan religion. Pretty much all of them, they've all got some sort of a divine, worshipful being, something that has to be worshipped, that you must be subservient to. And that's sort of been a cornerstone of civilization for millennia, literally. And the atheist is a threat to that. There's some other reasons, but I think I'm just going to leave it at that for now. Okay, next question is, where do you get your morality? Well, I don't get it out of a book. That's for sure. Like I said, I believe in a divine, if you want to call it that. Even if I didn't believe in a divine, I know that how I am, the way that my mind thinks, I have logic. I believe that I was created with that logic. I was also created with empathy, with compassion, all other sorts of things. These aren't things that are taught. These are things that are ingrained. These are things that we're born with. And despite the fact that I know very little about the Christian Bible, I know a lot about the stories, just from research that I've done myself, but I know very little of the morality that it teaches. But whatever morality it does teach, that I find out about, a lot of times it jives with something that I already figured out, something that just made logical sense to me. So in my mind, it's logic that creates morality. It's logic, it's empathy, compassion, also survival adds somewhat to morality. However, survival can also clash with the other two, but that's a totally different debate. I'm not going to get into that. And the question is, would it be all right not to have laws? Because from what you assume, the laws in our country are based on Christian values, which is, of course, arguably incorrect. Basically, the same laws that Christian societies have are the same laws that societies all over the world that have absolutely nothing to do with Christianity also have. A few of the minor laws are a bit specific to Christianity, But there's some laws that we have that go against Christianity. But that being aside, to answer your question, no, I absolutely think it would be a stupid idea not to have laws. I think inevitably, now this is at least thousands, if not millions of years down the road, but inevitably humans will reach a point in our evolution where our morality will be so ingrained into our personalities that we'll have no need for laws. That's my opinion anyway. In a sense, everyone will know what it's like to do ill toward other people, and they will and their compassion for other people will be so strong that they couldn't possibly dream of doing that. Not only that, but their compassion is so strong that people wouldn't have to do that, because if someone was so poor that they needed a crust of bread, their neighbor would give them a turkey. You know, and I don't know. So basically, I think that eventually laws will be useless, and that's just my opinion. And that was the last question. Also, I wanted to talk about something you said at the beginning of your video. You said proven facts rather than theory. You said a lot of science deals with theory rather than proven fact. Well, really in science there's no such thing as a proven fact. Science is a fluid, evolving thing. The only thing that deals with supposed fact is religion. Science may proclaim this or that is a fact, but that's not entirely accurate. They use that more in layman's terms so that people can understand why things are the way that they are. Under those rules, evolution is a fact. The Big Bang is a fact. They're theories, but so is the theory of gravity, the theory of inertia, the theory of electricity. You know, all these things that we take for granted as simply, you know, electricity. Of course it exists. I flip the light switch, the light comes on, but it's still a theory as to how that works. There really is no concrete fact as to why that works. Scientists even today are still studying the way the electricity works. I mean, you know, it seems, you know, electricity's been around for over 100 years. People should know everything about it by now, but no, I mean, people still study electricity. So that's, I know that wasn't one of your questions, but it was something that kind of bugged me a little bit. Like I said, I don't consider myself an atheist, so just because someone is not an atheist does not necessarily mean that they disagree with everything that atheists say. The only thing really that I disagree with what atheists say is that there's no possibility for God. I believe there's always possibility for anything. I think that you should be open-minded about everything. I think your mind should be open about everything. But there's a quote. I think it was Mark Twain said it. He said, "Your mind should always be open, but not so open that your brains fall out." In other words, you know, be open-minded, but don't be stupid. And that's pretty much a philosophy I live by. And so yeah, that's about all I have to say. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.